Good evening! I wanted to give you an update from the Milton Schoolhouse. This is Meredith, and we are 5 days into our Kickstarter campaign. I'm running on very little sleep, so I'm very excited and running on pretty much pure adrenaline at this point. The last couple of days have just been ridiculous amounts of press and publicity and getting things together to make Mavis a success. 5 days into it, 5 days, and we are $150 short of being 20% funded, which would be awesome. So I have a few things that I'm very excited to show you that might make you want to get in on this. So last night, a good friend of ours named Josh Goor, who's a local tattoo artist, came over and he had 3 designs to add to his previous Mavis poster design that we are releasing as part of our Kickstarter campaign. I wanted to show them to you. This is the first one. He did those with Copic markers. I guess they're really awesome for blending. Look at those like water drops. Aren't those amazing? He did one that was more of a painting style. And that's this one here. Woo! It's like Wizard of Oz Emerald City. She's like, oh my god, I need to stay out of the absinthe. Just look at that sky. I think this one's my favorite. Look at this ridiculously huge red beret. Isn't that awesome? I love this. It's so girly, but it's so cool at the same time. The one that you've already seen, of course, is this one here, which is done on a coffee stain background, which is pretty damn cool. One of the reasons why I'm so excited about this project is that nobody ever thought it would ever be possible. Nobody thought the Milton Schoolhouse would ever be possible. 4 years ago, Joel and I bought the Milton Schoolhouse, and we pretty much were faced with utter skepticism from the business community here in Alton. We didn't know anybody. We were from Springfield, and we were hoping to find a really friendly environment, but pretty much everyone was kind of hopeless about the situation in Alton at the time. I remember meeting with one guy in particular who, when we described what we were doing at the Milton Schoolhouse, looked at us like we had just come from an alien planet or something. We come in peace. We are building non-traditional businesses. Do not be alarmed. Yeah, you'll never be able to get a loan. You guys should just give up. Forget about it. He basically told us to give up and that our entire plan was ridiculous. And where are those people now? Do you want to know where those people are? They're probably enjoying a timeshare out in the Ozarks or in Florida, or they certainly aren't enjoying a delicious coffee shop in Alton. And that's because they never made it happen. And they could have, but they didn't. So now is the time for you and me and Joel and everybody at the Milton Schoolhouse and everyone in the Alton community to come together and actually build a coffee shop. I'm telling you that this can't happen without you. You see, I've invested quite a bit of my own money, and Joel's collected a bunch of materials, and we've worked all summer to build out a commercial kitchen below the coffee shop and to prepare the building to host a coffee shop. We've got a lot in this. I mean, we really want this to happen. But we need you for that last little push to actually get the espresso machine and the espresso grinder. All the other equipment we can kind of get used or refurbished and it'll work out just fine, but it's really important to get a quality espresso machine and grinder or your coffee's gonna taste like poo. I mean, that's just the facts. Your coffee's gonna taste like poo if you've got crappy equipment. Come here. Tell them that if we don't get a good espresso machine, the coffee's gonna taste like poo.
Oh, I hope it.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't taste like poo.
Joel wants you to know that he did not sign a release form and did not want to be in this video. So you might be asking, well, why don't we just go to a bank and get our $15,000? Well, how very 1990s of you. You see, in the last decade, there was this whole banking collapse and the market collapsed, and then there was a recession. Banks made some pretty bad decisions, and so now they don't lend out any money anymore. We're not just asking you to give us money with the promise of a coffee shop opening in June. It's more like pre-saling. We're rewarding you with original artwork, coffee cards, coffee, private events, and all sorts of fun stuff that you can buy in advance that you would probably buy anyway once the shop was open. And not only do you get more of it for your money than you would once you buy it next year, but you get that gratification of knowing that you helped create Mavis in the first place. I hope that answers some of the questions that I've been asked over the last couple of days. Again, we are only $153 away from being 20% funded, and because of the people that have contributed so far, we are on the front page of the Kickstarter food section. Seriously, go check it out. Go right now. Made your pledge, thank you so much. One thing about Kickstarter pledges I should mention is that your card is not charged for these pledges, and they don't put a hold on your card for these pledges unless we actually get enough pledges to meet our $15,000 goal. If you haven't made your pledge yet, it's completely risk-free, so just go click on this link and pledge $1, $5, $10, or look through our incentives and get something really cool for yourself. Thank you so much, and I hope you get a lot more sleep tonight than I promised.